Welcome, campers, to the Dock of Shame podcast, where we're going to do something a little bit different today.
What's that?
We are now halfway through the season of Total Drama Island.
Whoa!
How cool is that?
That's crazy.
My name is Matt. I am one of your hosts today. Joined with me are...
My name is Chris, and I didn't prepare an intro, so I'll just say you're beautiful, and I think you're great, and no, don't let the world tell you otherwise.
Daw.
Oh, thank you, Chris. My name is Walsh, and I have a very loud dog that I hope will not show up in my recording.
I dare her to show up.
So do I. My name is Gabe, and I am a shiny hunter extraordinaire.
Ooh.
You know, you did have an intro a few episodes ago where you're talking about your troubles with shiny hunting, and since then, you have been really good at shiny hunting. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
good for you.
Thanks to science.
It's like
The
the
future is
raven
now
you
thanks to
chose.
science.
It's like the raven
Yeah.
you chose for the coop, the gaming coop. Because
Yeah.
ravens collect shiny things.
I love that.
Perfect. All right, so like I said, we are at the halfway point of the season. I don't know if I'm going to give this a special name or not, but I just thought it would be fun to like look at the series so far and just figure out how we feel about it. Look at our overall rankings up to this point and make any predictions about the future. So I guess I'll start with the rankings. Looks like our I should have put these in order before we started, but I'll try to go in order from our lowest episode to our highest episode as I pull up a list of the episodes. I totally prepared this ahead of time, y'all.
Yes.
Even though you
Okay.
just said you didn't.
Me realizing I left my notes in the other room. And like,
It's fine.
oh no.
Okay, so from lowest to highest. Lowest is episode 5, Not Quite Famous. That was the talent show, at a 3.7. Our next highest is a tie between episode 7, Phobia Factor, and episode 9, Paintball Deer Hunter. Looks like our next highest after that is episode 3, The Big Sleep. After that, we have another tie with episode 1, Not So Great Outdoors Part 1, and episode 12, Basics Training. Then we move to episode 8, which is Up the Creek. Then episode 4, Dodgeball, at a 7. I haven't been reading all of them, but that Up the Creek, or Dodgeball rather, is at a 7. At a 7.2, we have Not So Great Outdoors Part 2. At an 8.5, we have Extreme Torture, which is the one we just watched. And then I believe this one is the highest. At 8. Oh no, there's 8.625 is our next one, which is episode 11. Who Can You Trust? And our highest rated episode is If You Can't Take the Heat, at an 8.75. What do y'all think of that?
I'm sure like 3 of them got boosted because of my 10s.
The only one that really got boosted by your 10 was The Big Sleep.
Okay.
You gave a 10. Your other 10 that you gave was when all of the rest of us gave 8s, so it really didn't raise it that much.
Okay.
I mean, I think that it's just like any other cartoon where it starts out kind of on the slower end. We kind of have lower ratings for them, and generally the episodes early on are lower rated compared to the higher ones. I mean, I think that they're, I mean, there have been more recent episodes where we did rank them on the lower side, very specifically episode 9. But you know, it wasn't really I wasn't really stunned to see that was going to happen.
What?
Yeah.
what I'm curious about is like which between the four of us, who seems to give the higher ratings and who seems to give like the lower ratings. Who here is like the nice judge, and then like who's like the Simon Cowell.
I have an answer for you.
Oh.
Because I am keeping the. If you look down at the bottom,
I am keeping. Just watch my audio spike.
Yeah, Jesus. I am keeping total averages, so I'll go from left to right. So my average rating right now is a 7.1. Chris's average rating is a 6.4. Walsh's average rating is a 6.2. And Gabe's average rating is a 6.7. So I'm rating episodes higher than most of my other co-hosts. Almost a point ahead of Walsh, who is the strictest of
I'm
us.
just not easily impressed, darling.
But the fact that we're all within a point of each other, I think is pretty cool. Like in terms of that, we can rate these with relative accuracy compared to each other.
I feel like Gabe's have been the wildest, though.
They have.
It's within my true chaotic nature.
I'm curious if I want to see what the averages change out to if I do Gabe's big sleep rating and put it down to a 5, like most of us have. That makes Gabe the second lowest and makes Big Sleep the second lowest episode.
Yeah, no, episode, what is that, 5? That still seems to be the worst rated one that we have.
Yeah, which was not quite famous.
Oh man,
the talent show one.
Guys, that's so weird because that was like, it's an iconic episode.
It is, and it's according to these ratings, these super scientific, 100% accurate ratings, it is the worst episode of the show so far.
It's iconic, sure, but there is only like one great moment, and everything else about it sucked ass.
That's true.
Like things can be iconic, but they can also be infamous at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I am a fan of the fact that my favorite episode of the show, at least from what I remember, is currently the highest rated episode with If You Can't Take the Heat. But I am glad to see that the episodes are consistently getting better overall. Are there any, not ratings related, but are there any thoughts in the pre-merge section of Total Drama Island?
I guess
My
I'll
thoughts
start.
head empty.
No, I guess I'll start.
Okay.
I would say, generally, I've these are the episodes I probably remember the most. These are at least the beginning front as well, as the most. I think that I've looked at this show and I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't watch a lot of movies. In fact, I don't remember the last time. I don't think this year I've watched a scripted TV show or movie. Maybe it's The Office. And I've since stopped doing that because the show is just, sorry, it's not great, folks. But I look at at this show and I kind of compare it to what I'd want to see out of a TV show nowadays, and I think it's hard to do with any show like that because it's going to. My disappointment with this show thus far, when coming back to it, has just been, I think there is a little bit of reliance on the stereotypes of the teenagers, and it's been kind of spread across the board in various different ways, and it's not so bad where like the character development is awful, because it's not. There's some great character developments for sub characters, but there's these others that kind of follow a very streamlined approach, and then I also look at I don't know, my criticisms of like characters like Heather and Duncan, and these shows want to keep the villains in the show around, want to kind of keep them, because otherwise it's not going to be as fun, later in the episode, later in the series. but I don't know. I think for me, it's I find it hard to root for any of them with the way that they have proceeded thus far. I understand that they are teenagers, and that like we could excuse like their behavior. I think as kids we'd be like, okay, whatever, we can, like, all right, these are just like the bully types. But like it just annoys me that like Duncan gets put on a pedestal right as of now, and like Heather is annoying and it's meant for people to not like her. But I knew people back then that liked Heather just because of for whatever reason, and I don't know. There's just something that bothered me about that. But overall, I think that the show is moving, like, it's so fun, and it's something that just has never been done before. And I do think that the start of the season, even though we've rated them low, I like the challenges a lot more, because I feel like the later part of the pre-merge era everything started to kind of look the same.
Yeah. I think too, now that we're going into territory where we have much less characters to deal with, they'll get a much better chance to kind of flourish and become their own, rather than relying on these stereotypes.
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
I think the pre-merge aspect of things, and I realize I said a lot in like that moment, so there's a hard thing to take away from one particular thing. But I think that they definitely do a better job of fleshing out the characters near the end, closer to the end of the show. Because I did rewatch the show in its entirety within like the last 2 years, so I do have more of a memory of the show than maybe some of the others that haven't watched in however many years. So I know that it does get better character development wise, and like the people the people that I consider the annoying bullies of the show, you know, they start to get consequences for their actions a lot more. Like, things start to kind of turn around, I think, character-wise in the show. And I do think that the challenges, I forget if they improve, but I know that the circumstances get more interesting as the time goes on.
I would agree with that. Matt, or Walsh, do you have anything from the past or the future for the series that you want to talk about?
I think, I mean, I've talked about how for some episodes it's been, I think I just missed episodes, and then as a kid, because of its episodic nature, you're still able to follow along. You just assume, characters are missing, or maybe they're just lost in the background. But, actually sitting down and watching the episodes one by one, these kind of shows are always so interesting to me, because you can see the amount of work and thought and fun that goes into it, and then you wonder like who approves like the fart and like throw up jokes, and if like they think they're also just as funny, or if it's maybe like the producers pushing it, like, dude, kids love fart and throw up, just throw it in. So that's always very interesting. As for the future of it, I remember as far as Island goes, I remember the ending, but I don't really remember a lot of how we get there. And I'm excited for that, and I do think we're going to see some of these characters maybe flesh out, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that's not going to happen for like, if I were to actually predict, because I remember so little, I would say that doesn't really happen probably for another season, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
That's my guess.
You could be right about that, yeah.
Yeah.
The only characters I can maybe see evolving is like... Nope, that's it.
Yeah.
Because I could see like maybe like next season it's like, okay, I know what I did wrong this time, but the character's own shortcomings leading to their own elimination. And it's so weird thinking about how many characters were so iconic in Total Drama Island, and how early some of them get booted.
Such as like Courtney.
No,
And Harold.
Courtney, Harold, yeah, or even like Beth.
Yeah.
And that might just be because of the way that the intro is framed, where we'd always see like Beth a little front and center there. Or even like Cody, honestly. I remember Cody so well, and the fact that he was like eliminated so early is so interesting.
It is strange.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, I think what's I have a different viewpoint of the show, because like when you guys mentioned a lot of those characters, yeah, like Courtney and Harold definitely I like on the iconic front, but like Beth and Cody, I only know them from this season because I only watched Total Drama Island. I never even I don't even remember any of the action episodes if I watched any of them.
I am so excited now.
Yeah,
I know that you probably said that, but for us to like, I can't wait to get to Action World Tour because those 2 seasons are amazing.
Like I think it's like, for me, I'm gonna have a lot of pre-established opinions about the show because I've seen it and I've experienced it so many times. It's gonna get crazy when we get to Action and World Tour, where I don't remember a single thing about any of either of those shows. I think I'm telling you, I think one episode I may have watched of each, and nothing else of the sort after that. And I think it was just because I liked the format of Total Drama Island. A part of me, I think maybe when I was younger, probably was hoping to see new characters, kind of like the way that Survivor works and Big Brother works, where you have different cast of characters for different seasons. And that's not a criticism of Total Drama necessarily. Yeah. It's just, I guess that's just what I was looking forward to. But then we got to see them do that in later seasons, and then they sucked ass at it. So it's just kind of like...
it is interesting to me that you watched Pakateu.
Yes, I did, and I hated it.
Yeah.
That I watched like half of, and I think I fell off.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
that's okay.
You know what's because I guess that's just something to kind of zero in on a bit, because like Pakateo, because we as of right now we're looking at just focusing on the 3 seasons and then not
the first 3 with the original cast,
not doing any of the others. My thoughts on Pakateo Island was that it was so hell bent on focusing, like, what was nice about Total Drama Island was that, yes, the stereotypes were a little bit heavy-handed at times, but generally a lot of the characters had more to their personality overall throughout the show. You look at Pakateu Island, and they all relied on gimmicks. A lot of the characters relied on a single gimmick that was meant to kind of try to carry it out throughout the whole season, and it got extremely annoying. And it felt like it felt like they were just trying to create like these weird, like there's one character that was meant to be like a Snow White musical character. There is another character that literally only spoke in beatbox. There is another character
pretended to be Chris the entire thing, and his name was Topher. So it's the other half of Christopher.
Yes, like it is literally the most like absurd characters to make, and what bothers me a lot is just like, why couldn't they create characters that were a little bit more nuanced in these other islands? And there's even it got problematic at times with Revenge of the Island?
Revenge of the Island, because and Revenge of the Island. Since I think I had the most experience with it, so I'll say it.
Sure.
Revenge of the Island is a good season overall. I honestly recommend watching it. But there's a character who has I don't know what the clinical term is now. It was dissociative identity disorder. I think they renamed it. But he calls it multiple personality disorder, and it's played up more as a joke than an actual condition. Something that he can just kind of switch on and off in his head almost. and it is a main character of the season. It's not just a side character. Like he and his love interest are the focus for the vast majority of the season.
Yeah, and then you had the All Stars, which kind of combined the original cast with Revenge of the Island, which then brings up the question: why the fuck did they create an All Stars where after you only had 2 sets of casts?
I don't know.
It's lazy. Like the show got so lazy after a while.
It did.
And that's why you
also,
got Total Drama Rama, where they're not even having the main concept of the show anymore. They just turned all of them into babies, and then they're just leading on those fucking characters that made the show great. And it's like, that's not how it fucking works. That's not how you fucking do things.
But guys,
All Stars also wasn't a good season.
Right? No, exactly.
Yeah.
But guys,
all right.
Total Drama Rama is so good.
No, it's not. Gabe, do you have any thoughts about the show so far?
The show so far, it's basically what I remember. Pretty much enjoyable most of the way. Like, while we already had our grievances with some of the episodes before, there are some things that we will get to that really, really frustrate me, especially in the next seasons, because these, while they're few and far between, they're just there enough that I remember them, and I don't remember most of the series up until World Tour, like up until after World Tour.
Yeah.
I just Lashana, just Lashana. That's
we'll get to that.
I know, but like Lashana, come on.
She's like the best character of the whole show, and I really hope that in the second half of the show that she really gets the chance to win a lot.
Just show what she's made of.
Right, and goes far, and like doesn't that nothing sketchy kind of happens to her.
Nothing bad happens to Lashana.
And
she wins the whole thing. That's my hope. That's my prediction. Is that Lashana's going to win this game.
I'm rooting for Lashana right now. That's who I want to win.
Yeah,
but like
but the fact that I don't remember how Lashana gets eliminated.
Oh, I can't wait. That's great.
We can't say anything. Don't.
Yeah,
say anything.
We're not.
But to like further that, there's Owen in action. He just gets my goat, and just I know it's kind of an overused name, but like, just really grinds my gears.
Mm-hmm.
Because like he was good in Island, but in action he's just so. He becomes like what Chris said earlier, just like a one-note character, at least in my opinion. Especially after like a specific event happens, it's just so frustrating. And
it is interesting. I don't remember much of Owen in action, other than the thing that happens, which we'll get to, that I don't want to spoil.
Well, that's what I feel like. That's one of the biggest discoveries I have figured out in this watch of Total Drama, is that like. And we've talked about it. We talked about it specifically in the cooking episode. I think that I went into the show. Owen was my favorite character, and I enjoyed him a lot. There's just something really annoying about him that I get is purposely trying to be annoying, because it's like, haha, funny, random. But
we're also not 12 anymore.
Right. And so so you look at him, and it's just kind of like, I've been watching this show especially from like the perspective of if I'm watching a reality TV show being unfolded, because I watch it like Survivor and Big Brother in that sense, and I've learned to kind of not really have a specific rooting interest, but I do like despise certain players and like certain players, and there's just something about Owen that he reminds me of the character that just is there for the goofs, and not really there for like actually being a productive member of the show.
Like,
Just
there's a specific name for it. It's the fat guy trope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm here, you know.
I mean,
That's why we're all here.
You offer value.
We are all fat guys.
All right.
Shake stomachs in rhythm.
we gotta fine tune our stomachs and then just create
everyone eat change and then shake stomachs.
There's a coin shortage. We can't do that.
honestly, that's something I would have done when I was 6.
Was it like Gary Come Home where from SpongeBob SquarePants where you have like Patrick is like shaking his stomach because it's filled with Gary's food.
Yeah.
And we're all searching for Gary. It's so fucking good.
Okay, so let us move on. Walsh has prepared for us some horrifying things. But first is something that we all decided on previously. We're going, because we are a multi-podcast group, we also have a tabletop role-playing podcast called Table Party, which is fantastic. You should go listen to it. All 4 of us are involved, plus Kelsey, Chris's sister. Big fun. We're playing Monster of the Week there. But we're not doing Monster of the Week stuff today. We're going to do Dungeons & Dragons, and we are going to assign classes to the Total Drama cast. Is there a group that we want to limit it to, or do we want to try to get all 22 plus Chris and Chef?
I think we can do it.
Okay.
Okay.
I need a list. Maybe we'll just go through them.
Okay, we
I
can
feel
go
like
through.
Chris and Chef might be like, we can even push to be like
They're the
D&D
DMs.
monsters if we really want.
So
They're just
so
the
I
DMs.
do we have a list? This could be cut out of the recording if you need, but do we have a list of D&D roles that we could view so we could have a reference for this?
Yeah, I'll grab something. Hold on. So
Yeah,
we're
I
not
have
gonna
not.
try
You
to
did post
like.
that.
We're not going to try to assign D&D races because that would be dumb. We're
Oh, we're
going
not
to
doing
be
that.
working. We will be working with D&D classes.
Oh. I was gonna call Owen a Knoll.
He could be a null. All right. One problem with this list is that it seems to be in reverse elimination order, so I don't necessarily want to do it in that order.
All right, we'll work bottom to top then.
Well, that's elimination order, which is
Oh, okay.
worse.
Oh yeah, that's spoilers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, let's sort of do like we'll start with Killer Bass and then go to Screaming Gophers.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
I will shout out the name.
Okay. All right. If you work, I'm lost. You guys work with the name.
Okay.
All right.
So we will start with the Killer Bass, and we'll go with who's been eliminated so far, and then just pick from who's left.
Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
Ezekiel. We
I
will
feel like he's
start
just a
with
human.
and NPC.
NPC. Okay.
Ezekiel. If I had to give him something, I feel like him growing up on the farm and not really being too experienced. I want to say Ranger, but what do you guys think?
I was thinking Rogue, someone that just kind of is like, especially where we know of him. I know a little bit about what happens later in the series with Ezekiel.
So do I, and I do like that.
Like that
Rogue because he's the most background looking ass character.
yeah,
Sure.
like he kind of lurks in the background of things. And,
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. We will do Katie next.
Katie.
Who's Katie?
Yes.
Katie Sadie.
One of the Katie and Sadie.
Oh,
Okay, so they're both the fucking same thing. So like, let's just do both.
Yeah.
of them.
Let's do them both here.
All right, Katie. Yeah. I feel like they have their sonic screeches.
I was
so bards.
thinking Bard, honestly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Two very dumb bards.
I mean, their
Yeah.
talent was dancing.
Yes.
Yep.
They're entertainers.
Yeah. Bard works for Katie and Sadie. Tyler, I feel like would have to be like a fighter or a monk.
Oh, fighter for sure.
Fighter for sure.
His ego, fighter for sure.
Yeah. All right, Eva.
Fighter.
Eva. This might be weird. But I'm
Barbarian.
gonna say monk
What?
because she fucking fights with her fists.
She does, but I also feel like she's way too buff to be a monk. Like monks strike me as like more toned.
Oh, she had anger
Than muscular?
issues, right?
She did. So
Yeah,
barbarian
so
actually
barbarian.
fits super well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Courtney. What's like the most controlling like leadership type class?
A fighter. Fighter.
Who's
Fighter?
the most like
100%.
arrogant, stick in their ass type, character?
Well,
Yeah.
fighter literally has a move where you are able to like basically tell somebody in your party where to move, and doing
That's
that
true.
will like give them advantage and shit like that. So I'm 100% fighter, and she is about strategy, and she is about bossing people around.
Okay, counterpoint. Can we do warlock because she has like a deal with her lawyers or something? Demonic pact.
Demonic pact. Chris is a warlock for sure.
I feel like
no,
Chef.
no,
I feel like Chef would be the warlock, and Chris is the demon
he's the
they
fucking
made
like
the pact with.
he's the demi-lich. Undead god.
But I feel like the
Yeah.
demons for Chris would be the producers.
That's true.
The producers and Chris are all the same.
They're the same.
He's
All right,
he's the producer.
last eliminated bass we have Harold.
Wizard.
Harold's got to be a wizard.
He's a fucking
The-
nerd.
The nerdiest of classes.
Either that or he's a really bad monk. Because
I
he's
think
like,
I-
I got
let's-
ninja skills.
Right.
A technomancer.
Attack Nomancer. Yeah, we'll do wizard for Harold.
Yeah, wizard.
Okay. Other bass who are still in the game. Duncan.
Annoying.
Actually, I feel like Warlock actually fits Duncan.
Okay, hear me out. Paladin. Because he has his own, like, chaotic oath to, like, give no shits. And he always stands by that.
Yeah, I was even thinking a little bit of a rogue element too.
He is a
can see
roguish
it.
character.
He does like knives.
Shit, now I'm leaning towards rogue.
Yeah, I think we should do rogue.
Yeah, rogue.
All right. Bridget. Druid. She
No.
loves animals.
I know, but ranger.
Rangers also are good with animals.
Yes, rangers.
So
Rangers like commune with nature and like work with nature, while
Yeah.
druids are nature.
okay, so if Bridget is a ranger, then we have to do druid for DJ.
Oh, definitely. We knew
That
that
is the
from
easiest
the
one, I
beginning.
think. Yeah.
DJ literally becomes an animal in the paintball episode.
He does. What is that? What's is it? Wild shape? Is that the name of the?
Yes. It is
All right.
a wild shape.
And I think lastly we have Jeff.
Jeff.
Oh, God.
Jeff.
I feel like he's a little bardish.
Could be bard. Could be paladin.
You know what? I feel this is gonna be weird, but paladin. I do feel like that. His oath is just fucking party, dude.
His oath to party.
His oath to party, dude.
I like that. All right, so that's all the bass.
Bro, don't make me smite you, dude. You want to see my
right.
oath tattooed on my butt? It's the symbol of my god.
Okay, Gophers. Let's start with Noah.
Noah's fucking annoying, so he is...
Noah doesn't do anything this season
I mean,
at all.
he's like, I feel like he's a cleric a little bit.
I don't feel like he is like he cares enough to be a cleric.
Yeah.
I feel like he is a
He's
sorcerer because sorcerers have egos and they don't give two shits.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Noah being a sorcerer is fine with me.
It's a sorcerer who fucking hoards his like sorcery points and never fucking uses them.
All right, Justin. I feel like a fighter or paladin for him.
Okay, but hear me out. What if? Well, then again, I've heard things like I have no idea how Justin gets later in the show if he ever comes back, but I feel like just his looks alone just like heal people.
Heal people?
Yeah, no, heal, not kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I said heal. I said heal. I did say heal.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I was supposed to say just kill. His looks alone just kill people.
Yeah.
Could be cleric. That's what I'm saying.
Cleric. All right, I'm down. I don't want to spend a ton of time on these.
right.
Let's do Izzy.
Izzy's a ranger.
Is she a ranger or is she a wild magic sorcerer?
Izzy's a wild magic sorcerer. I take everything back.
Okay. That fits, I think, a little too well.
Yes.
Cody. What do we do with Cody?
He's generic as fuck.
Cody's an artificer. Bitch pulled a picnic out his pants. Bitch is an artificer. And he's kind of a loser, and he just like relies on like the things around him. So
Yeah.
he's an artificer.
Okay. And Beth.
Beth is a cleric.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gophers
wait.
who are still in now. Let's start with.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, we were missing
Yeah.
people.
No, the gophers that are still in the game. Let's do Heather next. Might as well.
Fighter. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of a similar vibes to the Courtney effect of forcing to be the leader of the situation.
Okay.
Arrogance.
Being bossy.
Phew.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. Bless you.
Thank you.
Let's do. Okay, Trent is a bard.
Trent's a bard.
Trent is a bard. Bard with a low HP stat.
Bards
or
all got
low
low HP.
low AC.
stat. Yeah, low AC definitely.
Lashana. Ooh.
Shit.
Wow, this shut the podcast down.
Yeah.
Who would pair well with a wizard?
Oh, thinking like with Harold.
Yeah.
I don't know. Walsh, what's the?
I am leaning towards because I'm leaning more towards like charismatic builds because LaShawn is so fucking good. I want to say, I almost want to say sorcerer. Either sorcerer or you know what she is like. You know what? Actually, I want to say actually a fighter. Because she does not give two shits. She stands up for people, and she's like not afraid to speak her mind. She is just like she's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, and fighter is like so. Even though fighter as a class is generic, there's so many different multi-classes and ways you can take it.
Right.
Similar to monk and how many unique ways that you can go.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's do Owen next.
Barbarian.
I feel like barbarian.
Yes, and instead of raging, he gets into like he goes hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a rage, he's just like letting out gas at constant
right.
rate.
Lindsay.
Okay, monk.
Yeah, I was about to say monk.
I can see monk for sure.
Like she is like so like she's been shown to be like acrobatic as fuck.
Yeah.
Especially while jet skiing and showing off her brand new bikini.
Yep. Cool. And then our last one, Gwen.
Fuck. This one was one I was putting off.
Did we hit all of them at some point?
Yes, we did.
I mean,
Okay.
do we want to? Don't we think that Gwen is not maybe as bold as a fighter, but like, I don't know. Like, I feel like at the same time she kind of stands up for shit in the same vein that Lashana does.
I don't think we did Warlock, but we know Chef's a Warlock.
Chef is a warlock. I mean, I'd be fine doing warlock for Gwen. I think she would be down for that aesthetic at least.
She sold her soul for the aesthetic.
Yep.
She sold her soul for the 1d10 cantrip.
Okay, so Chef is a warlock / a minion of the big bad, and Chris is the big bad.
Chris is the big bad, and he's also the DM.
Yes.
Chris is the big bad, and the producers are the DM. Perfect.
Okay. So those are D&D classes for Total Drama characters, and now I don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Take it away.
Matt, you can cut segments out for time because or however long you want to do this. I forget what order okay. We are going to. This one should actually be pretty quick.
If this
I have a fun,
also,
I have a,
if this is
Yeah?
longer than a normal episode, that's okay too.
yeah, because it's a special kind of episode, and you can
Yeah,
leave
it
this
is.
in for the audience to for some behind
Right.
the scenes stuff. I want you guys to click the link below. And we are going to go through this which Total Drama Island character are you quiz. Have you ever wondered which character from the hit reality TV show Total Drama Island you are? So have I. This quiz only features characters from season 1 and their established characters from that season. Enter your name. I'm going to be reading out the questions. Whichever answers you guys choose is up to you. But I want you guys to play along. If Matt so desires, a link might be provided for you to play along at home in the description.
I'll put this in the description.
So you can play along at home.
Tweet at us at Doc of Shame what you get.
Yeah, let us know what season 1 Total Drama Island character you are. And just maybe, we might be the same character. Alright, let me know when you guys are ready. And your name has been entered.
My name is
I'm good. I'm ready.
Alright, question 1. How would you die in a horror movie? I'm the type of dumb bitch who dies first. I die while making out with someone. I have a forgettable death somewhere in the middle of the movie. I die trying to face the killer. I don't die. I am the killer. Or I have a stupid but heroic death.
I'm the type of dumb bitch who dies first, I would think.
I have a forgettable death somewhere in the middle of the movie.
I am the killer.
I have a stupid but heroic death.
Perfect. All different. Love it.
What were you like in high school? I was super cool and popular. Everyone knew me. I don't know, normal. I just did my own thing. I was a bully. I was goth/scene/emo. I was super athletic, and I was on at least one of our school teams. I was a nerd, or everyone knew me, but not because I was popular.
God, I do.
Nerd.
I feel like all of us picked the same fucking
Okay,
choice. Here.
hang on. It took me until senior year, but I became super cool and popular.
Gabe, this is gonna sound weird, but I feel similarly. I think I just got so involved in shit, and then I turned around and just people knew me. Like I was in the yearbook quite a bit, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?"
Hang on. No, the only reason why I say that is because of a meme.
Oh,
Because in high school, a past friend of mine took a picture of my face while I was being stoic doing something, and he put like a caption saying "Believe in yourself," and he put that on a shirt. We sold over like 120 shirts.
Was it
Oh my
really
God.
that many?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Damn. That's awesome.
No,
And like it took
oh my
like
God.
3 years for that meme to die down because freshmen bought the shirts, so they wore them to school, and they're like, "Hey, who's that?" And it was so fucking weird.
All right. So
That
then,
is so
so
funny.
we got two popular kids in here. That's why we're the true virtual ball boys in here, Matt. We're all
The nerds.
the true nerds.
Yeah, and
The
the
nerds
jocks.
doing the football podcast.
Yeah.
That's okay. I was popular for theater, so
There you go.
I
and
was
I
the
was
band
the
kid, so
mascot. Nice. Next.
Keep going.
I love the fact that you were a mascot. That's still one of my favorite things. What's your
What
next
did
question?
you want to be when you grew up? President / prime minister, rock / pop star, teacher, actor, actress, astronaut, cowboy, or spy?
I'm gonna go with teacher.
I'm gonna go with, I guess, actor, actress.
I'm pretty sure I've had I've hit upon a lot of these at one point or another, but I think I got the closest to actor actress.
I always was fond of astronauts.
Hell yeah. How messy is your room? My room is spotless at all times. I never let it get messy. It's a normal amount of messy. I would still let people come in and hang out. It's pretty messy. I should probably clean it soon. I live in the messy. I thrive in it.
It's pretty messy. I should probably clean it soon.
Yes,
It's a normal amount of messy.
I would say it's pretty messy, and I probably should clean it.
I'm a neat freak, so my room is spotless at all times.
I also like to point out it's a normal about of messy.
Out of messy.
Yes. What do you collect? Furbies, Beanie Babies, baseball cards, Pokemon cards,
Oh, easy.
cloths, quarters / stamps, or weapons?
Cloths?
I think it's supposed to be clothes. It
Clothes.
says cloths.
Cloths.
I don't collect any
Pokemon
of
cards.
these.
Pokemon cards.
I will say...
Which would you collect?
Which would you collect, guys?
All right, Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies are fun. There's this one. Sorry.
I guess weapons. Because that's cool.
There's
like
this
swords.
one Beanie Baby backstory that made me cry. And that was like last week.
Okay. This is for the real ones. What is your favorite season of Total Drama? Island, Action, World Tour, Revenge of the Island, Packatu Island, All Stars, Redonkulous Race, or Drama Rama?
Action.
World Tour.
Islands is the only possible one I could probably put.
Drama Rama.
I saw
Damn it.
I saw Packatu Island, but fuck that island that season.
What is your favorite bop from World Tour? Which is great because I know none of these.
Yeah, I don't.
Stuck to
Oh.
a pole, Paris in the springtime, Oh My Izzy, Boyfriend Kisser, We Built Gwen's Face, Condor. What the fuck? Versus.
I'm trying my best not to cough. Oh my god.
Stuck to a Pole is a fantastic song.
I'll just go with
I'm gonna
Matt.
Choosing that one.
I'm gonna go with We Built Gwen's Face for the name alone.
Yeah, I got it. Same. What the fuck?
Chris, are we in sync? We the same
Yeah.
character? Alright, Vine or TikTok?
I'll go with Vine because
Vine.
they don't steal your fucking information.
Yeah.
Vine.
Yeah, fine.
Classic. What is your zodiac sign? You guys can do this one on your own.
I am
I
Aquarius.
am also Aquarius.
I'm a
Age
virgin.
of Aquarius. That's Virgo.
No! I'm Sagittarius. If you were in Avatar The Last Airbender, what kind of bender would you be? Water, fire, earth, air. Wouldn't be a bender, or I'd be the Avatar.
We had this discussion the other day. What did we settle on for me? Was it water?
It might have been water, but
You are
also
water.
like you also seem the type of person who would choose I wouldn't be a bender.
No,
I-
I would be a bender. I get
Okay.
it.
I wouldn't be a bender.
I wouldn't be a bender.
Yeah, I wish, I think I'd be either earth or air, but I think I'm gonna have to go with wouldn't be a bender.
I'll go with
Because
water.
I fucking know. My fucking luck.
I chose fire.
Because, like, I'm the type of person to, like, be more nurturing and stuff like that.
Wait, Gabe, which one you pick?
Water.
Cool. What is your video game console choice? Xbox, PlayStation, DS/Switch,
I mean,
PC, or phone?
I have a
got
phone.
Or
Play
DS Switch.
Fortnite that doesn't
DS
exist anymore.
Switch.
we are Nintendo boys through and through.
Yep.
See, I would choose
you wa-
between Switch and PlayStation. But I'll choose Switch just for the sake of it.
Do you watch anime?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Oh, I love this next question. Can you read? Yes, of course I can. No, I'm Jared, 19.
Oh my god, Matt.
What is that from?
It's from a
That's
Vine.
from Vine. Hey, I'm
Okay.
Jared, I'm 19,
And I never learned how to
learned how to
fucking
fucking read.
Okay.
I feel
Alright,
like
I
choosing
just
that
chose
one.
yes.
Oh, speaking
I'm
of
choosing-
the devil,
Yeah.
I'm choosing no. Which D&D class is your favorite? And it has all of the ones, and it also included Matthew Mercer's Blood Hunter, which is cool.
I chose Bard.
I'm gonna choose, I'll choose cleric.
Yeah,
And then-
I'd probably choose bard. I haven't played the bard yet though.
Bard is fun.
I'd also
There's a
choose
lot of stuff you
cleric.
can do with Bard, and I want to try a bunch of different Bards.
And then, what is your Harry Potter house? Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or I'd be a Muggle.
I'm a Hufflepuff.
I am Ravenclaw.
I took the test before I knew anything about J.K. Rowling, so it put me as a Ravenclaw.
Gabe, you're a Slytherin.
Oh, am I?
I'm kidding.
Is it because I'm a
Do whatever you
scaly?
want. Good. I'd be a Muggle.
I can't believe this description.
All right. So
Okay, guys,
let's
everybody
hold off.
everybody needs to read their descriptions.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is so fucking
All right,
funny.
all right.
I
Hold on. Let's do one at a time. Who
All right.
wants to start?
Let's go Discord order. Chris, you start.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Katie.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're super dependent on others, which is absolutely true. You know you're cute and you don't need validation from others, but you love being complimented. That's kind of true. Kind of sporty, but you can't be bothered to play. Absolutely. You might get sweaty and that's not cute. Yeah, okay. You're always the first person to hype someone up. Yeah. No one is allowed to feel down about you. You're easily frightened. Yes. Someone could sneeze too loud and you'll get scared. Yes. Pretty solid, but I don't know how much that describes Katie necessarily, but sure, I'll take it.
This one is so fucking good. So, I got my result was chef,
My result was also chef.
and he is standing behind the gay pride flag.
Wow.
So since I presented this, Matt, if you would like, you can read the
Yes.
description.
So, chef, you were the first of your friends to get a driver's license, so you had to drive them everywhere. That was partially true for me. You can cook, but only when you feel like it. You are gay, but were raised in a very unaccepting household, so you still got a lot of institutionalized homophobia.
Wow.
Oh.
Wait, what the fuck? What the shit, man?
Who wrote
You'll
these
try
bios?
anything once. You appreciate the finer things in life. You want to live in luxury, and honestly, you deserve it. I don't think this fit me very well at all.
I
except for the first
love
sentence.
that this is this person's headcanon for chef.
That they're gay, but they were raised in an unaccepting household. That it included the flag.
It's just so absurd, and I love it. All
Gabe?
right, Gabe,
Okay.
hit us with it.
I'm kind of surprised at this one. I got Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the description. You are laid all the way back, which people either love or hate about you. You always want to be around your friends. If you had it your way, you would live in a house with 9 people. You're a hopeless romantic, but don't know how to channel that charm into flirting. You have a TikTok and exclusively post cursed POVs. You probably ran for class president as a joke, and then you won and made your VP do all the work because you're clueless when it comes to stuff like that. See, I'd say 75% of this stuff is true.
Legit.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
really
I
funny.
would say even though maybe the character I would disagree with, I would say it's pretty accurate description, but the chef one just still blows my mind.
I don't know. The chef one fits pretty well with me.
No, it does. It absolutely
It does.
does. But
Less with me.
the chef. I don't know. It's just the fact that.
I mean, we all have the headcanon that Chris and Chef get together by the end of this, right?
Yeah, I kind of did. I don't know.
I do not. I think that chef is a little too old for Chris. I do love the headcanon that chef is gay, and I want to continue the rest of the series with that canon and see how it stacks up.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
no,
we'll see.
I'm down for it. I'm down.
Chef's
Gay
neck
legend.
is fucking huge.
Yeah, it's scary. It really is. Okay.
All right. That was which Total Drama character are you quiz?
Yeah, let us know.
now Matt-
let us know from home. Who you guys
Yeah,
got?
tweet us at Doc of Shame. Now Now, what else are you going to torture us with?
Okay. This one we are going to, look back at who's graduated from Total Drama Island, and we're gonna do some superlatives, like most likelies, and we're gonna go through the characters, and I want you guys, just don't even fucking think about it. Like what character? We don't have to debate. We don't have to come to one answer like the D&D one. Let me know who you think for each one.
Okay, is this everyone who's been eliminated or all of the characters?
All the characters from season 1.
Okay.
You can even choose from our two lovely hosts, Chef and Chris.
All right.
I have 24 here. You ready? All right. Biggest flirt.
Lindsay.
The rest of you guys there?
Cody.
Yeah, I'd say Cody's here.
Quick.
Yeah, Cody's a big flirt. Ladies' man.
Be quicker.
All right. Class clown.
Jeff.
Owen.
Owen.
Owen. Yeah, Owen.
Cutest couple.
Gwen and Trent.
Oh, okay.
Jeff and Bridget.
Owen and food.
Jeff and DJ. Life of the party. Jeff.
Jeff.
Most athletic.
Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler, I guess.
I'd say
Fucking
Jeff
Tyler
still.
Stan. Maybe DJ with his brolic legs that kicked a whole boat back to shore. Most changed.
Gwen.
Gwen.
Yeah, Gwen.
Most likely to succeed. Courtney.
Lashana.
LaShawn. Yeah, LaShawn.
I'll say Courtney, because Courtney would bug people about, like, hey, can you vote for me for this? Can you vote for me for this?
All right. Most unforgettable.
Lashana.
Not
Lashana.
Lashana.
Yeah, definitely LaShawn.
Most unique.
Lashana.
Izzy.
Lashana. Oh shit, Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy's kind of unique.
Okay. Tallest / shortest.
Lashana. I'm kidding.
Beth.
Although. So okay, this I was actually gonna do a quiz for you guys, but the only quiz I had was like who's the tallest and shortest Total Drama Island characters.
Do you have answers?
I do.
I said Beth for shortest.
If Chef counts, Chef is the tallest.
Oh god, I don't know if I counted Chef.
Otherwise, I think it's DJ.
Oh, I have their heights here. Yep. All right.
Just lay it on us.
Okay, I do believe the tallest is DJ, but if we count Jeff's hat, Jeff is taller. And yeah, the shortest is Beth. For some reason, I thought it was Lashana.
Huh.
Okay. Sorry. All right, back in the game. All right, best eyes.
Wait, what was the question?
Best eyes.
What's his name?
Justin.
Justin, yeah.
Justin.
Best hair.
The fake guy specifically. Best hair. Izzy.
Yeah, I'll say
Izzy.
Izzy. Izzy has good hair.
Best smile. Chris.
Chris.
Chris, yeah.
All right, best bromance. Sadie
Jeff and
Katie.
DJ.
Jeff and DJ.
Sadie and Katie.
Sadie and Katie.
Most likely to drop his or her phone in the toilet.
Harold.
Yeah.
Harold, 100%.
Definitely Harold.
Most likely to survive the Hunger Games.
Harold.
Eva.
Yeah, I don't know. I would go Eva.
Izzy.
Ooh, Izzy's a good choice.
Yeah.
I accidentally put class clown twice.
Oh.
Most likely to be president.
Courtney.
Courtney.
I think she
Gross.
says, like, I'm going to be president one day. Most likely to become a comedian. Cody.
Cody, yeah.
Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
Most likely to become a professional athlete.
Tyler.
No.
No, he's too
No,
clumsy
Eva,
to be able to
Eva.
do that.
Eva.
Oh shit, forgot about Eva. Eva, definitely.
Eva.
You know what? I just thought of one. Most likely to not get a superlative. Ezekiel.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
Most likely to end up on Broadway.
Lindsay.
Yeah.
I feel like she's too ditzy to do that.
Oh,
Have you met actresses?
Yeah, have you met the drama department in any
Okay,
way, shape, or form?
I have not, so I will trust your guys' judgment.
Lindsay is talented. She's just like not like too smart, but she could definitely like pull some shit off.
She would go line a lot. But she can be a dancer.
Yeah. Most likely to make millions.
I was about to say someone, but that would be spoiling.
I like that answer. Just keep going.
Yeah.
All right. Most likely to get married first.
Duncan and Courtney.
Jeff and Bridget.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Bridget.
Yeah.
All right. Most likely to star in their own reality show.
Heather, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heather.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That is all of my segments for you guys today.
Okay. Wonderful.
I doubt that because we usually have one thing to close in on.
Huh? What is that?
That's right.
That's right. Chris, thank you.
Oh dear. Oh Jesus.
For it appears you have awakened the Total Drama Rama.
I don't like where this is going.
I feel I heard before the podcast that this is a special edition, and I also am not a fan of this.
Shit. Hold on a second. I gotta pull up the Wikipedia page so I can pull up the synopsis.
Okay. Do you want to do the Wikipedia page or do you want to do the other one? Because last time we got more information from the other one that made things so much
stronger.
Worse.
Here it is. Well, you see, the issue is I wanted to pull up the Wikipedia page. Today we are going to be going over Season 2, Episode 15, which in total is Episode 66, which I think is fair because it's pretty close to the mark of the devil. I think you guys might recognize this episode. This one is written by Josh Gall. Thank you, Josh, for this miracle of artwork. It is called Total Eclipse of the Fart.
It's not this one, is it? Because we talked about this one.
We have talked about this one. And this episode actually made its rounds around Twitter and the internet for many reasons. Most really the reason because there was a montage of a little leprechaun-looking man basically flying from place to place where one of the children would fart and then he would appear and then sniff up and absorb the farts like a fucking druggie getting the last of their little bit. So, today is a special Total Drama Rama. Sit down with me, children, because I am going to give you an in-depth analysis of the entire episode.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
So, welcome to Total Drama Rama.
If you turn off the podcast now, I will not blame you.
If you have just turned into the podcast, welcome. We are about to begin our Total Drama Rama, friends and family. For the episode begins of Total Eclipse of the Fart, with our usual intro of the children playing and getting into shenanigans, which I don't know if you guys have ever listened to the intro of Total Drama Rama, but it is just like, have any of you?
I did the one episode of the show that I've seen, but I did not retain any of it.
It's just like a bunch of children being like, la 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 la. Which is essentially, okay. And Gabe, you're gonna like this one. It's a Lashana episode. Okay, so the plot here is Lashana Lashana has a loose tooth, and she's with a few of the other kids, Beth, Harold, Duncan, Owen, and they're all talking about how much money she's gonna get for this loose tooth. Duncan's like, man, you'll probably get like $10 for that baby. And Harold offers to take out the tooth himself. He does some ninja stuff, and he ends up kicking himself in the face. And then Lashana tells him to back off, and then she kind of like licks her tooth weirdly to show that like her tooth's getting loose. And then Owen asks her what she's gonna buy with all the cash from her loose tooth. So, first she says like she's gonna buy a flip secret purse, and it goes to, like this imaginary like scene where it shows the purse. It's like this pink purse, a bubble maker, and it's like this little crab machine where bubbles are coming out the claws, and a speedboat for her and her Miami beach house. And now it shows her driving a speedboat, where then the imaginary dream ends, where she crashes into a rock, which ramps up the speedboat and crashes into the Miami beach house.
What the fuck?
Bro.
And as she's laughing about, man, I'd probably have to get a boating license. Haha. She accidentally swallows her loose tooth. And Lashana begins to cry. So Chef comes in to take a look at, what's wrong. And Chef's like, hey, Lashana, look at it this way. Your tooth is gone. And Lashana's like, and? And Chef's like, and what? And then Cody's like...
What about the friends we made along the way?
And then Cody's like, don't worry, you've got 19 more. And then Chef says, Cody, what did I say about doing math? Remember what happened last time? And then cut to a flashback of Cody at a chalkboard, and all across the chalkboard are mathematical equations and like graphs and things, and he finishes an equation that is 4 plus 6 equals 9. And then that 4 plus 6 equals 9 begins to glow, and then like almost fly off the chalkboard, I think, and then Cody starts to float in the air, and then a portal opens behind him that he is sucked through, and then it cuts to outside of the daycare, and the entire daycare just like disappears in a snap. And then cut back to where they are, and Duncan gives the advice that Lashana should make a fake tooth to try to trick the Tooth Fairy into giving her money. So we are now 2 minutes into the episode. We cut to the next day, where Lashana enters pushing in this box that almost seems a little heavy. So all the kids are asking, what's in the box? And Lashana's like, well, that requires a flashback. I will now flip to page 2 of my notes. So this entire flashback is in this like childlike art style, where Lashana, talks about what she did, where she made a fake tooth, quote unquote, identical to the real one. In the flashback, they show it as like this giant paper mache tooth, and then she says she put it on her pillow, and it shows her literally like sitting on top of this giant paper mache tooth with her on top of the pillow. But then it cuts back, and she's like, but it didn't work. So she did what she had to do. And she says that she kidnapped the Tooth Fairy, and that she's not letting it go until they pay up. And then with that, Lashana kicks the box, and then a small fairy falls out of the box, and then farts. And the fairy, which you guys know what he looks like, with his pompadour and like New York-style accent, goes, did you say Tooth Fairy or Toot Fairy? And then they're like, what?
I'm fucking done. Like, fuck this show.
There's your problem. That's not me.
Fuck it.
And they're like, Tooth... Did Chris fucking walk away?
There's a good chance that he did.
I thought I heard the door. Chris?
I'm pretty sure I heard the door too.
I'm pretty sure Chris is
we're
gone.
not done.
Chris is gone. Just keep going.
Okay, so... they tell him about the Tooth Fairy, and he's like, there's a fairy that pays cash for human teeth? That's weird. And he introduces himself, I'm Smellian, the Fart Fairy, and his wand is a plunger. And he travels around the world collecting everyone's farts. And every time you've ever farted, I've been there. not as sinister as that, but as like magical and whimsical. And essentially, he flies by shooting farts out his butt, and he can like shoot farts from his hands and his plunger. And
Cool.
then this is where it shows the montage that went around of each of the children, farting while they're playing. Cody's in like a toy box. Maybe Courtney like tries to sneakily do one, but basically this dude Smellian coming out being like, so fucking creepy. And then it cuts back to what's going on, and they're like, and Lashana's like, if you're the fart fairy, what were you doing in my room? And Smellian's like, oh no, she's one of those. And they're like, oh what? A fart denier. And Lashana says, I don't fart. Farts are disgusting. And Smellian's like, farts are delicious. And that then leads into him singing a song about farts. That's a very short little poem, like farts, farts, whatever. And then all the kids are like, whoa, cool. And that turns into him basically showing off his fart powers for the children, in which he now remember, in the art style here, the farts are like fucking like solid green clouds. And
yes.
Now he's showing off for the kids, and he is now juggling like smaller like clouds of farts, and Cody's like, wow, fart juggling, and then they all land on Cody, and Cody's like, ugh, and then he does fart balloon animals, and Cody's like, wow, balloon animals, and then it pops in Cody's face, and he's like, ugh, and then
Hate it.
and then he does like, he shoots some farts from like his plunger, then hits some things, and Cody's like, wow, he can do fart blasts. And then one ricochets and then hits Cody, and then he's like, oh.
Bro.
His rule of freeze. Yup. They just fucking fart all over Cody. And and then the last thing is it shows Smellian pushing this. Chris still isn't back, is he? Chris? It shows Smellian basically pushing this wagon full of the kids, and he's farting, and then like a car running out of gas, he literally runs out of gas. And they're like, wow, you ran out of gas. And he's like, I'm weak, I need farts. And he's like on the ground, like on his back, and he is looking he's looking weak and malnourished, and Owen's like, okay, and Owen farts, and he sniffs it, and he's like, but it's not enough. So then Duncan farts, and that's not enough. So Lashana doesn't fart, she's the fart director. And because she doesn't fart. Because that's gross. And so then the other kids are like, oh man, we gotta fart. And then Beth goes up, who was the one questioning Lashana, and then goes to fart, but a fart cloud doesn't appear, and it's weird. I think they're implying she shit herself, but it's not 100% clear. And then Cody like walks over and he's like, what smells like my uncle's attic? And then they're like, you need a fart on him. And Cody's like, okay. And then he goes over and farts, but it's not enough. The fart fairy's not gonna make it. The kids have nothing left. And they look to Lashana, and Lashana's like, I don't fart. So now they're like, Owen, we need you to do this. And Owen's like, I can do it, but I need chili cheese chips and 3 minutes and 14 seconds. And this is where things get intense. Because now farts begin to fill the sky, and the cloud as clouds in the sky, and they start to cover up the sun, and then it cuts to a news broadcast where they're like, this is a fartnado, and the world is going to end if these continue to block out the sun. And then it shows Chef watching TV and seeing that on the news, and then the news is like, oh, but now we cut to a water skiing squirrel. And then Chef busts in, and, Chef's like, oh my god, I gotta tell the kids. And then Chef busts in, and he's like, kids, there was a water skiing squirrel. And then Chef sees Smellian, and he's like, what the hell is that? So he calls in the military, because, I quote, the animators already made them for a previous episode. And Smellian basically says, if he doesn't get up there, then farts are going to block out the sun, Earth will freeze over, and it will cause Fartageddon.
I cannot believe that this is actually something that somebody wrote.
Can I ask a question? How long is this episode?
10 minutes.
How long?
10 minutes.
Fuck.
10 fucking minutes.
A lot fucking happens in 10 minutes. So Owen is trying to fart, but he can't do it. And he's like, here it comes, and then he's got nothing. And all the kids are like, oh man. And then they're all looking at Lashana, and Lashana's like, I don't fart. And then the military busts in the door, which is just 2 army guys. And then Duncan's like, oh my god, it's the military. They're gonna capture Smellian. So then Lashana's like, you know what? I'm not gonna let that happen. So she goes, Smellian, this is for you and planet Earth. And farts and fills the entire fucking room. And the military guys just yell out, retreat! And the entire room is fucking filled with a fart. And this is what brings the fart fairy to life. And the fart fairy flies into the sky and sucks up all the methane gas. And then he comes back down to the ground. And it cuts to, him talking to Lashana, and thanking the children. And they're like, Smellian, do you really have to go? And he's like, if you keep farting, and I'll keep coming back. And then Smellian's like, sorry about that tooth. Here's $10. And then gives Lashana $10. And then Smellian flies away. But then Harold, who was keeping track of the 3 minutes, 14 seconds, which actually in the episode at this point is exactly 3 minutes and 14 seconds since Owen began eating those chips, says that it's right at the exact time, and Owen's stomach starts to shake, and all the kids like, oh my god, he's gonna blow. And then he goes to fart, and it cuts from a space shot, and the Earth explodes.
And that's how the episode ends?
That's how the episode ends.
I'm fucking dead.
I feel like I've reached Nirvana.
That was 4 pages of notes.
I feel like I know what my true purpose is in this life.
To watch this episode?
No, from hearing what the episode had to offer. Like, I feel like I'm omnipotent now. I know all of life's secrets.
Your third eye has opened.
Yes.
Who the fuck hires these people? Still, they haven't had a good show in fucking years, and then they think, oh, let's make it baby, and now this shit. What the fuck? What the
Let's
fuck?
make it baby.
What the shit?
Baby.
Make it baby.
What,
Madagascar, make it baby.
Madagascar, make it baby.
You thought this was a good idea? How the fuck did you think this was a good idea?
Chris, did you see the Madagascar make it baby?
I like. You know what? It's probably better than whatever this fucking shit is at this point.
I mean, Alex does look a little adorable.
It's a baby lion, of course.
And those designs were made during the Madagascar movies, from what I remember. I think they flashed back at one point.
That was a lot to handle, and I am upset that I need to listen to it again when I edit the podcast.
I'm sorry. Just skip past it, because it's all gold. Yeah. So I'm sure that was fucking utterly exhausting to listen to.
There is no words for the path in which art has died. Like, the art as we know it is no longer a feasible concept. It has we have given it a Viking funeral. A Viking. Oh!
It's funny because farts.
We gave it a Viking funeral that was just emanating in fart.
Matt,
smells.
are you okay?
I'm fine.
That was like the most concerned I've ever been.
Alright, that fucking total Drama Rama was exhausting.
I hated every minute of that.
Hug your children tonight. I'll probably be the last time.
Josh Gall, thank you.
Fartageddon comes down upon us.
Dude, it's gonna block out the sun and freeze over the earth and cause fartageddon if the fart fairy Smellian doesn't suck up all our farts.
Wouldn't it sooner just make it so that the ozone burns up?
You think any sort of scientific logic is going to take place here?
Yeah.
Don't you remember what happened last time you did math?
Cody, do you remember what happened the last time you did math?
Fucking, like, Family Guy ass fucking flashbacks.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. I kind of want to watch it.
Chris!
It's on YouTube if you search for it enough. That's how I watched it, because I don't want to give them a penny.
This is masochism, Chris.
That's exactly. I want to watch it through YouTube because they don't deserve any credit whatsoever.
So I've watched this episode now twice. I once watched it while I was trying to find the context for the tweet, and then I was like, I gotta hold on to this. And then I watched it again today. And I paused and I played and I took notes.
Were you doing this during work?
Yes.
You
because
poor
I do
soul.
nothing else at work. I got paid to do this.
Honestly, I rather
Fight the system.
That's if there's anything I would have to be paid for, it'd probably be a hefty sum to do that.
So,
do we even close the episode? I don't even know.
This has been
we
the Doc
have
of Shame
to,
podcast.
so-
I'm Gabe.
No, when I mentioned
we opened
that
with a
this
flash
is,
and died with a fart.
so this is the halfway point of the season. We have done 13 episodes, and there are 13 episodes to go, not including the hour-long special.
When are we going to cover Total Drama Jerusalem?
When it gets made.
It is made.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
a
right.
half-hour-long YouTube poop.
I forgot about that.
What?
I will save that for the next Total Drama Rama. Essentially, the plot is that Chris has spent all the show's money on OnlyFans, so he makes the next challenge to make all of the contestants break into Area 51 with him. Most of the contestants get shot and killed, and because what he's trying to find is a time machine, and he takes the time machine and he tries to go back to stop himself from spending all the money on OnlyFans, except Lindsay fucks up the coordinates and accidentally instead of sending him back 2,000 hours, sends him back 2,000 years, and now Chris is accidentally responsible for the death of Jesus Christ.
Why would they put it in hours? Why not just days?
You think this is official material?
It sounds like it is.
Honestly?
Like, how could they do all of that with the fucking YouTube poop?
You'd be surprised.
I say it's like, it feels like a YouTube poop, but it doesn't have like the sporadicness of a YouTube poop. It feels like a straightforward plot, as weird as it is. Eventually, Jesus Christ sends Chris back to the future, where Chris does stop himself from spending all the money on OnlyFans, but then creates a paradox and then fades away. So really none of it happened.
This has been the Doc of Shame podcast. I am sorry.
Don't watch it. It is a terrible, terrible video.
Please subscribe to the podcast and follow us on all the social media platforms so you can continue to be tortured by cartoons.
Or
Okay,
listen to our torture.
Now that we're past that segment, do you guys want the Total Drama Rama?
No.
No! The Doc of Shame podcast is brought to you by Team Chaos Productions. Find us on Twitter at Doc of Shame, and find more of our work at teamchaos.com.